Hey, what's up? It's Cole, and once again coming to you from the floor. Okay, so this is gonna be the Halloween episode, and I hope you're not disappointed that things don't look too Halloweenish here. I'm not wearing a costume or anything like that. Yeah, if you're one of my subscribers or you watch me regularly, you know I don't really. I'm pretty no frills. Don't really do any gimmicks. I'm sure there's lots of people that do that sort of stuff, and maybe that gets them a lot of attention. I don't know, but I just talk the comics. I keep it real. Yeah, right. Anyway, yeah, so, it took me a little while. I've said this before. Oh, it took me a while to come up with it. Yeah, you're sick of hearing that. I know. It's you know, it's such a process. Okay, what I just mean is, this is a Halloween episode in the world of comics, in that realm. There's obviously tons and tons of stuff that would fit that mold, especially, like, horror comics and things like that, which I don't have a lot of, but I have some. I guess 30 Days of Night might have worked, but I did an episode on that already. So actually what I thought I'd do is something more about the holiday itself, Halloween, rather than horror and things like that. Because this is sort of a little oddity that I picked up a few years ago. In August 2007, my life was undergoing some changes that weren't too great, but a little change from that was I was in Bangor, Maine for a little while, and just a couple days, and I went to the bookstore there, the Big Play Borders, I guess is what it's called. It's sort of like the equivalent to Canada's Chapters, except this, I just live in Nova Scotia. I don't get to have big stores too often, really. And anyway, the Borders was really cool to me and had all sorts of stuff. And I got quite a bit of stuff there since I could. And since I didn't think I'd get the chance again for a while to have that sort of selection, whatever. Anyway, remember I did my my manga episode on MW, and I showed you a book that I had about Osamu Tezuka, specifically Astro Boy. It's called the Astro Boy Essays. I got that there, and some other stuff that I'll talk about sometime. This isn't a haul, we're not talking about my haul, but something I picked up without really knowing why, because I didn't know anything about it, never heard of it before, and it was August. It's not like I was really in a Halloween mode. Some people get into that in August, but I wasn't really. I inexplicably picked up one of a Tokyo Pop manga, although it's, it's a Western manga, it's not Japanese, but it's in that style. This is called I Love Halloween. Love with the L-U-V there. I don't know why I picked it up, really. It just looked different to me, and I read a little bit of the back and flipped through it. And, again, I don't really know why. But anyway, it's a story written by Keith Giffen, and he's a pretty well-known artist and writer in the world of comics, specifically a lot in DC Comics. He'd done Legion of Superheroes in the 80s and 90s. He'd done the art on that and eventually took over writing it for a while, too. Other stuff too. As a writer in Marvel, most recently he was the lead writer for the big event Annihilation, which was one of Marvel's larger events in the past few years. If you don't know, I didn't read any of it, but it took place off-world, off Earth. It was one of those space things, it had Thanos and the Silver Surfer and all that sort of stuff, and Nova. Anyway, so this is just sort of another side of him. And what it is all it's about is just a small group of kids and their what happens to them when they go out trick-or-treating in a small sort of middle America town, Turgid Meadows. And yeah, it's quite twisted, and that's sort of the point. Like there's not too many boundaries going on here that aren't, like, at least I'm not gonna say it shatters all boundaries. I'm just saying it's pretty edgy stuff though. Yeah, it's not for little kids. This is definitely for mature readers. Yeah, although it has plenty of very immature humor in it, it sometimes sinks down to the lowest common denominator. It goes that far. Some of the humor is downright gross. Like, I don't know, and I'm not really into that when it comes to a lot of things, but it appealed to me for whatever reason. I liked it. Anyway, it's about this kid, Finch, who you see on the cover there. He's always wearing a mask. There's his little sister, Mushi, who is quite insane. She really gets up to some of the most disturbing stuff. Yeah, some of the stuff in this is even flat out disturbing, I'll say. But you got him, you got his friend Pig, who's kind of a little slow. There he is, trying to think. You got Mr. Kitty, who's a kid obviously dressed up sort of like a cat, and his thing is he's sort of like, he's always horny. he's always trying to, like, get a peek at girls and stuff like that, and he's always thinking dirty thoughts, and that's sort of his thing. And then you've got the mysterious devil lad. If we can get a shot of him here. I don't know. There he is talking to Finch. Anyway, he's sort of mysterious. He's the only character in the... There's 3 volumes of this, and I have all 3 now. But this is what I got at the start. And he's the only one you never see unmasked. Ooh, sorry if I ruined that. And it's understood that he's not from the same town, that he simply shows up on Halloween to hang out with them. So in the first one, yeah, it's just them going out and running afoul of other people in the town and stuff going on. And the main thing is that Finch and these guys, they are focused solely on trick-or-treating and getting their candy. They don't care what's going on. Sometimes people are dying horribly in the background. Sometimes they are themselves killing people if it gets in their way. Yeah, they'll kill people. At the very start, when Finch shows up, it seems to be understood that his parents died some time ago. I'm sorry about the shadow there. You never know if he and Mushi killed them or what. But Mushi's there ripping their teeth out. She's going as the Tooth Fairy. Yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, there's not really anything really holding this one together as far as a background. It just follows what they're doing. And each one is a success of Halloween, like it's a different one. Here's Volume 2. It introduces some new characters, including some females. The background for this is simply that, inexplicably, they never tell you anything. The town is being overrun by zombies. And again, they just go about their business. They pretty much ignore the zombies as much as they can. Obviously, zombies get involved. Pig gets bitten. Another thing that happens is sometimes if somebody maybe dies at the end of this, or in this, that doesn't mean they won't come back later. People who aren't in this one at all will show up again in the third one. Again, you know, I'm not going to say it's laugh out loud, you're going to be like, you know, roaring with laughter, but it's funny. It's just so out there and twisted and gross, and, I mean, we've got zombies and cannibalism, and which doesn't sound too extreme, you're right, for Halloween, but okay. I mean, you've got Mushi ripping people's teeth out and all sorts of weird, almost... It's sort of stuff that might be construed as torture in other contexts, but in this it's just wacky and stupid. The third one, the background, is aliens are attacking now, and again, they're just sort of ignoring it all. Aliens are blowing things up and killing people and abducting people, but they only really deal with the aliens if they get directly in their way. And yeah, so, yeah, we've got fetuses, if it's, like, sick and gross, it's probably in here. Bodily functions are quite prevalent and stuff like that. Again, it's not really the type of even humor I go for, and it's not me taking the high road because I'm so sophisticated. I'm just saying it's a personal preference. But again, there's just something about these that really appeal to me, and they do capture the spirit of Halloween. They're definitely really morbid, too, but that only fits again, too. Every once in a while, there'll be something that might be construed as social commentary, but then again, maybe if you think that, you think maybe I'm just taking it all too seriously. You don't have to take any of this seriously, and that's what's nice about it. The art is done by Benjamin Rowan for every one. The art changes a tiny bit, only slightly. You'll see some of the characters, their model shifts a little, but at the same time, the idea is it's a success of Halloween, so maybe they aged a little. They come to the conclusion in the third one that perhaps they're growing up, and, you know, it's time to move on from that. Third one has a black kid, whose initials are KKK, ha ha ha. And, yeah, and actually there's some sort of, like, racial subtext. I wouldn't even say subtext, because they come out and say it, because it's not like it's really subtle stuff that really, even after reading the first 2 volumes, I was thinking, I didn't think they'd do anything, you know, with race and racism and stuff like that. And again, you know, it's easy for me to say, you know, it didn't offend me. Maybe it would offend you. I don't know. But it's worth a shot. It's fun. And again, I guess that's why I wanted to talk about it. There's all this horror and stuff, and you know a lot of it. And I wanted to talk about something maybe you didn't know. And something cool to check out. It might not be your thing. As it says here, there's a quote taken from a guy on New Type. Crass, tasteless, and brilliant. And yes, it's crass, and you could say it's tasteless, and you could say, you know, there's absolutely... no value here whatsoever. It's just a bunch of filth. I don't know. But I thought it was pretty cool. Sorry, I wasn't as focused on this as I wanted to be. I wanted to talk about the characters more. And again, I got rambling, and I was talking about Bangor and all that crap you don't care about. These 3 volumes do exist in one collected volume called the Ultimate Twisted Edition that has some extra stuff. I haven't seen it, but I guess it's out there. And again, yeah, happy Halloween, guys. Sorry if this was a letdown, but... I got a lot going on. But anyway, thanks a lot. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace.